Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students of class 9, we are going to start unit number 6. This unit is about the Qaid's vision and Pakistan. Qaid mean here Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. What was the vision? What was the dream or hope for a new country? What was his hope and his dream and his vision for a new country, Pakistan? Okay, look, paragraph number 1. During the early and difficult times of Pakistan's emergence, Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah undertook a countrywide tour. He aimed at raising people's spirit. He said, "Don't be overwhelmed with the enormity of the task," he said in a speech at Lahore. There are many examples in the history of young nations building themselves up by sheer determination and force of character. You are made of sterling material and second to none. Keep up your morale. Do not be afraid of death. We should face it bravely to save the honor of Pakistan and Islam. Do your duty and have faith in Pakistan. It has come to stay. Okay, now listen it again. During the early and difficult times of Pakistan's emergence means appearance, birth. When Pakistan came into existence, in the early days, means starting days, they were very difficult days. That was very difficult time. At that time, during that time, Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah undertook a countrywide tour. Take on, manage. He managed a countrywide tour. Means he visited to different cities of Pakistan. He aimed at, what was the purpose, what was the aim of his tour? He aimed at, his object was raising people's spirit. Raise mean increase, increasing people's spirit, people's passion, emotion, जज्बा. लोगों का जज्बा जोश व खरोश बढ़ाने के लिए पूरे मुल्क के मुख्तलिफ शहरों के दौरे किए. Okay, in an address, he said, this was his speech at Lahore. Okay, he said, "Don't be overwhelmed with the enormity of the task." Overwhelmed mean overpowered. Subdued means मगलूब हो जाना. तुम मगलूब ना हो जाओ, तुम पर चीज गालिब ना आ जाए. क्या चीज गालिब ना आ जाए? The enormity of the task. हदफ, task, enormity, hugeness, excess. मतलब हदफ का बड़ा होना, उसका हैवी होना आपके ऊपर भारी ना पड़ जाए, आप पे मगलूब ना कर दे, आपको ओवरवेलम ना कर दे. He said in a speech at Lahore. Then further he said, there are many examples in the history of young nations building themselves up by sheer determination and force of character. He said, you can see many examples in the history of young nations, newborn nations, like we are Pakistanis. Example of those people building themselves. They build themselves by sheer determination only. Sheer mean only, just determination, resolution, azm, पुख्ता यकीन, पुख्ता इरादे के साथ उन्होंने अपने आप को build up किया. And force of character, and with the help of the force of power of their character. You are made of sterling material. You, the Pakistani people, are made of sterling material, made of pure, genuine material, and second to none. Second to none. Okay, second to none means unique, unparalleled. You are a unparalleled nation. You are a unique nation. You are a sterling nation. Okay, keep up your morale. Keep up. Keep up mean maintain. Maintain your morale, spirit, patience, courage. अपना हौसला, अपने जज्बे को मेंटेन रखें, उसको अपने कंट्रोल में रखें. Do not be afraid of death. Do not be afraid of death. We should face it bravely to save the honor of Pakistan and Islam. We should face it bravely. We should face the death bravely, courageously, to save the respect, honor of Pakistan and Islam. Do your duty and have faith in Pakistan. It has come to stay. Pakistan has come to stay, come to establish. Okay, now next paragraph. First listen, the entire journey of great leaders' struggle for a separate homeland was the Muslims of the subcontinent was based on the pivot of the Muslim unity and the oneness as a nation. He talked about Pakistan in such clear terms that even a common man could understand it. In a speech, he said, "We are a nation," he affirmed 3 years before the birth of Pakistan. He said, "We are a nation with our own distinctive culture and civilization, language and literature, art and architecture, names and nomenclature, sense of values and proportion, legal laws and moral codes, customs and calendar, history and traditions, aptitude and ambitions. In short, we have our own distinctive outlook of life." Now the explanation of this paragraph. The entire journey of great leaders' struggle for a separate homeland for the Muslims of the subcontinent was based on the pivot of Muslim unity. Pivot means center. The center of this struggle was the unity of Muslims, and the oneness as a nation means on the basis of oneness of nation, the unity of this nation, he based his struggle for a separate homeland, Pakistan. He talked about Pakistan in such clear terms, in clear words, that even a common man could understand it. He says, "We are a nation," he affirmed, he declared, he asserted, he said, 3 years before the birth of Pakistan, before the existence of Pakistan, 3 years before, in 1944, he said, "We are a nation with our own distinctive culture." हम एक ऐसी कौम है जिसका अपना अलग से कल्चर है, एक अलग से सिविलाइजेशन है, सकाफत है, तहजीब व तमद्दन है. With our own distinctive, different, peculiar, खास, मुख्तलिफ किस्म का culture and civilization, language and literature. We have our own language. We have our own literature. अदब, हमारा अदब अपना है, ज़बान अपनी है. Art and architecture, construction, the way of construction. We have different ways of construction. Even names and nomenclature. The names of our people, our babies, are different from other nations. We have different nomenclature, codification, terminologies. We use different terminologies for the objects. Sense of values. We have different sense, feelings of our values are different. Values mean moral codes, right? जिसको हम कहते हैं कदरें या हमारे मजाज, अक़दार जो है, moral codes, moral principles, they are different. Proportion, there is ratio, there is balance in these values. Legal laws, they are different. And moral codes, our moral akhlaqi nizam, हमारा akhlaqiyat का, that is different. Customs and calendar, our customs, traditions, our calendar, we have Islamic calendar. History and traditions. Aptitude mean disposition, मतलब हमारी रग़बत, हमारा मैलान, bent, हमारा झुकाव, our preferences, and ambitions, desires, eagerness. In short, mukhtasaran, we have our own distinctive outlook of life. We have our own distinctive, different outlook of life, point of view of the life. Our point of view about the life is totally different from the other nations. So we are a nation with our own distinctive culture, language, literature, and everything. See the next paragraph, number 3. The ideology of Pakistan was based on the fundamental principle that the Muslims are an independent nation. Any attempt to merge their national and political identity will be strongly resisted. Okay, see again. The ideology of Pakistan means the philosophy behind the existence of Pakistan, or the idea of Pakistan was based on the fundamental principle, on a basic principle. एक बुनियादी असूल पर पाकिस्तान का नज़रिया कायम था, और वो कौन सा प्रिंसिपल था? That the Muslims are an independent nation, they are a free nation. Any attempt, any effort try to merge their national and political identity will be strongly resisted. Any attempt to merge mean amalgamate, blend, जम कर देना, मिला देना, their national and political identity. इनकी नेशनल, कौमी और सियासी शनाख्त को जम करने की कोई भी कोशिश, किसी और कौम में जम करने की अगर कोशिश की गई तो will be strongly resisted, opposed, confronted. उसके आगे मुखालफत की जाएगी, उसका मुकाबला किया जाएगा. Okay, paragraph number 4. Quaid-e-Azam was a man of strong faith and belief. He firmly believed that the new emerging state of Pakistan, based on Islamic principles, would reform the society as a whole. In his Eid message, September 1945, Quaid-e-Azam said, Islam is a complete code regulating the whole Muslim society, every department of life, collectively and individually. Repeat again. Quaid-e-Azam was a man of strong faith and belief. Means he had a strong faith and strong belief in Allah Almighty and in Islam. He strongly believed that the new emerging state of Pakistan, based on the Islamic principles, Islamic laws, would reform, would improve, would be correcting the society as a whole. In his Eid message on the occasion of Eid in September 1945, Quaid-e-Azam said, Islam is a complete code regulating the whole society. Islam is the complete code. This is a complete principle. This is a complete system regulating the whole Muslim society, which is working the whole in the whole Muslim society. Every department of life, all the dimensions of life, collectively, jointly, or individually and independently. यानी कि इंफरादी तौर पर भी और कलेक्टिवली, इज्तमाई तौर पर भी ज़िंदगी के हर मैदान में इस्लाम एक मुकम्मल निज़ाम के तौर पे काम कर रहा है. Lost passage today, the Qaid's Pakistan is facing numerous challenges. We have forgotten how much struggle the Muslims had made under the dynamic leadership of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. We can overcome our present difficulties by following the Qaid's golden motto: faith, unity, and discipline. We can make our nation strong by remembering his advice to youth. It is now up to you to work, and we are bound to succeed. Right. Today, the Qaed's Pakistan is facing numerous challenges. Numerous mean a large number of. There is a large number of challenges that Pakistan is facing today. We have forgotten how much struggle, effort the Muslims had made under the dynamic leadership of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Dynamic means active, strong leadership of Quaid-e-Azam. We can overcome, we can control, we can conquer, we can defeat our present difficulties, challenges by following the Qaed's golden motto. There was his motto, his principle, that was a golden motto, which is very famous: faith, unity, and discipline. Discipline, regulation. यानी कि ईमान, इत्तेहाद और तंजीम. We can make our nation strong by remembering his advice to the youth. It is now up to you. He advised to youth. He said, it is now up to you to work, work, and work. And we are bound to succeed. We are fixed. We are fastened to succeed. If you will work hard, then the success is surely for you. Alright. Okay, now come to the homework of today's lecture. First one is use the following words in useful sentences of your own. Words and meanings have been given. You will make sentences as you do, as you have done in previous lectures. The second is exercises. Answer the following questions. Number 1. Why did the Qaed have to take long tours during early days of independence? Why did Qaed want the oneness of the whole nation? Number 3. Are we working according to the expectations of Qaed? You will write it in detail. Number 4 is what can be the outcome of ignoring Qaed's advice? And the last exercise is find out adverbs and tell their kinds from the lesson. From the lesson you will find adverbs as many as you can, and then you will also tell their kind. Which type of adverb is that? Okay, here is the end of this chapter number 6.